Welcome to Christmas Eve. Today we're looking at another actor who had multiple bites at the Santa Claus apple.
Okay, fellas, bad idea.
Charles Edward Durning was born in 1923 in Highland Falls. His mother, Louise, worked as a laundress at West Point. He was the ninth of 10 children. At the age of 20, Durning was drafted into the Army and served in the 1st Infantry Division in World War II, making him a part of the first wave of American troops to land on Omaha Beach during the invasion of Normandy. He was, in fact, the only survivor of his unit. He spent 6 months recovering after being wounded by an anti-personnel mine, and was then reassigned to the 398th Infantry Regiment with the 100th Infantry Division, which saw him participating in the Battle of the Bulge. His military service in combat was honored with a Silver Star, a Bronze Star, 3 Purple Hearts, and the French National Order of the Legion of Honor. He was discharged with the rank of Private First Class in 1946. Durning returned to America, where he worked several jobs in the years after the war, including ballroom dance instructor at the Fred Astaire Dance Studio. He was working as an usher at a burlesque house in 1951 when he was hired on the spot to replace an actor who showed up for his show Drunk. This was his entry into the entertainment industry. In the following years, he worked in over 50 stock companies and multiple off-Broadway productions, along the way catching the attention of Joseph Papp, the founder of the New York Shakespeare Festival. Papp hired Durning, and beginning in 1961, he appeared in 35 productions for the Shakespeare Festival. Durning would often refer to this period as the happiest time in his life, performing Shakespeare in the Park and new shows on Lafayette Street. He made his film debut in 1965, appearing in Harvey Middleman Fireman. From that time on, Durning worked nonstop in the entertainment industry, shifting effortlessly from live theater to television to film. For a period of his career, Durning was a Santa on demand, similar to what we discussed earlier in our video on George Wendt. He appeared as the right jolly old elf in at least 7 films and television specials, including his last film appearance in the 2015 movie Bleeding Hearts. But for this video, I'm going to be focusing on the first movie where I encountered Durning as Santa, 1996's Mrs. Santa Claus, where Durning was paired with one of my favorite actresses of all time, Jessica Fletcher herself, Angela Lansbury.
Is it me or the more children in the world every year?
Well, as it happens, there are, which is why I was looking over your navigational maps.
Yes, sounds very interesting.
You see, if you change course here and head off in an easterly direction...
Oh, Easter is lovely. Of course, it's no Christmas, but...
Mrs. Santa Claus was a made-for-television movie musical directed by Terry Hughes, with a screenplay by Mark Saltzman and music by Jerry Herman. Terry Hughes is a UK-born television director who has worked on Square Pegs, The Golden Girls, and Blossom, among many, many more shows. His sole theatrical feature film was 1991's The Butcher's Wife. Saltzman's screenwriting credits began with 1986's The Adventures of Milo and Otis, and include a lot of television work, including Reading Rainbow, The Jim Henson Hour, Sesame Street, and Shalom Sesame. And as for Jerry Herman, well, Gerald Sheldon Herman was born in 1931 in Manhattan, and his Broadway career included the scores for Hello Dolly, Mame, and La Cage aux Folles. He is a 5-time nominee and 2-time Tony Award winner, as well as having received a 2009 Lifetime Achievement Award from the Tonys, and also being a recipient of the 2010 Kennedy Center Honors. Mrs. Santa Claus was a vehicle for Angela Lansbury, who at the time of filming had just wrapped her final season of Murder, She Wrote for the same network. The film would be nominated for Primetime Emmy Awards for choreography, art direction, costume design, and music, but would only win in the category of outstanding hairstyling.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I've been expecting her back any minute now, and I didn't want you to worry. Besides, you didn't even notice she was gone.
Well, I would. Well, certainly I did. Well, she hadn't been gone.
2 days.
That's not possible.
Durning doesn't get a lot of screen time in this movie, but what he does get, he makes the most of. In just a short span of time, he has to accomplish a lot. He has to make us see his Santa Claus as a man so dedicated to the work that he does that he frequently forgets to pay attention to the people around him. But he also needs to portray a man who has enough goodness and kindness and love in him that we understand why somebody as capable and independent as Lansbury's Mrs. Claus would still want to return home to him. And at the same time, we have to buy into him as Santa Claus, as the man who cares enough about the children of the world that he would dedicate a literal eternity to making them happy. And to Durning's credit, he pulls it off. His Santa Claus may not be a major presence in the film, but he plays it with all the skill, personality, and charisma that Durning was known for. In this instance, it's yet another case of someone who was largely known in the industry for playing the heavy, having all of the qualities at heart that we genuinely expect from a really, really good Santa Claus. Durning himself once described the trajectory of his career, saying, "I was in the business 10 years before the actors began to notice me. Then it took another 5 years before the agents and producers noticed me. 5 years after that, the public found me. And 5 or 6 years later, the critics took note." What do you think of Durning? Drop into the comments and let me know. That's why we have a comment section down there. And while you're here, I hope you'll decide to stick around. We have the like and subscribe buttons, and there's a bell there that you can ring in order to get notifications every time there's a new video. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I am at Doctor Who, and I have a Patreon link down in the description below if you're interested in that. Until next time, watch like it means something, and take care of yourself, because I can't be there to take care of you.